It was a couple of years ago when I was in Berlin the last time, and then I went down to visit a fair that is named Bosch Connected World. Since then it has become COVID and so on, and the event has been digital. But this year it was time, 2022 in November, to go down again. And of course I couldn't miss it for the world.
Could have slept here for days. I felt your heartbeat, felt your mouth breathe.
In previous videos here on my channel I have told you that when I get to a new city I try to take a walk to explore the city, and this time it wasn't any difference, except that I didn't have that much time, so it became when I landed in the evening it was time for me to take the walk. And what a walk it was. Berlin started to do some Christmas decoration, and of course I had to take one of my German favorite beers, a Schwarzbier. My hotel was located in the center of Berlin. Then I took an Uber to the fair, and arriving to the fair it was actually a bit smaller than it used to be, but it was still a fantastic event. The event is a great event if you're interested in tech and what happens in the artificial intelligence area. Normally I work with Bosch when it comes to heat pumps and so on, but in this event the heat pumps isn't that much in focus, it's a lot instead of artificial intelligence, tech, and what you understand in this event is that Bosch is actually one of the largest companies in the world, and it is involved in mainly everything when it comes to technology. The part consists mainly of two different things. One is stages where you have seminars and you have people doing all kind of lectures, both new and old things, new technology and how it's used. But there is also a fair where many of Bosch partners like Amazon, Microsoft and so on has their stands and show off how they have integrated Bosch products with products of their own. For example, you can here see the partners ServiceNow that has integrated a lot of their service systems with the cars and so on, and can actually make a lot of use of the modern technology to planning, for example, service routes for service technicians. You also have Bosch Connected Home Connect, where you can actually see how they integrate with your home with all their products, both through their partners and themselves. But of course, a lot of this is about the car industry. This has a lot of information when it comes to connected vehicles, self-driving vehicles and so on. And this is interesting to see because what you see here, you normally see in production in a couple of years. As you can see, it's not just personal vehicles, it's also trucks, and they talk a lot about how you can actually digitize the lorries and so on. There was a lot of small city cars that could be automatically finding their own parking space and so on. Everything here is about using the digital to make people's everyday a lot easier and problem-free. Since we're in Berlin and many of the world's citizens is living in large cities, of course there is a focus on how to make cities more environmentally friendly, how can you reduce the CO2 and so on by using digital solutions. Seeing this car skeleton was interesting. You know there's a lot of sensors in a car, but actually seeing the car stripped and the whole sensor system with every technology make you understand how many sensors there really are in a modern car today. Everything from line assist to the radar for your automatic speed control, but also sensors for the lights and everything else, every motor sensor, which was actually not displayed on that car. You really understand on this fair how many car manufacturers Bosch are working with, more or less everyone. The other part of the fair was the seminars. There were 3 different stages, and everyone was talking about how you use AI in different use cases. One interesting one was this Indian company that was actually using AI to make sure that you change your tires regularly and the car communicated with the workshop. Lego was there as well, not only showing this fantastic movie, but they were also talking about how they can use AI in the production. And it was interesting to see which high-tech company Lego actually is. It's not just a company selling toys. They are making movies, video games and so on. And AI and digitalization is a big part of the company as well. From everything making movies to actually producing and planning the factory.
The sky, I found my way. I found my way.
There was actually a 4th stage that was in the middle of the co-working area. But you got headphones, so you could only hear what they said on the stage through the headphones. And this area was mainly focused on tech startups and so on. And the tech startup also have an invention competition on every Bosch Connected World. On the last night there is a prize ceremony when one of the teams win something. I don't really know what they win actually, but it's interesting to see all the innovations they make grounded on Bosch and artificial intelligence. This year there was also a lot of dogs from Boston Dynamics running around, playing in the area, and you actually got pretty fond of them, and I started to think that they're actually starting to behaving like a dog. Maybe we will see this in the future in our homes as a pet dog instead of the furry ones we have today that need to go out for a walk and so on. It was 2 hectic days in Berlin. When going home I looked through my notes and I got a lot of new ideas, and especially things that I think will happen in the next couple of years when it comes to our homes in Sweden, energy focus, how do we work with energy consumption, and a lot of other things when it comes to energy, since energy is the thing that is on every person's mind today with the electrical prices and so on. Well, this was everything for this trip, so please don't forget to follow and subscribe to this channel, and have a fantastic day.
I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day, 'cause I found my way. I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay, 'cause I found my way.